YouTube, what's going on, baby? It's your boy Ron Real, aka Double R, back in the building, back with another video, back with another damn banger. Today we're going to be reviewing another Cuban cigar sent over to us by the good people at Montefortuna Cigars. We're going to be looking at the Partagas Serie D No. 5. Y'all already know I love these Cubans, man, so y'all hang tight, stay tuned, we're going to get at it. Alright, today we're gonna, well, not today, tonight we're gonna be discussing the Partagas Serie D No. 5. This was sent to me by the good people at Montefortuna Cigars, so again, appreciate this. This is, without further ado, the acclaimed Partagas Serie D line. You guys know how I feel about the No. 4, the No. 6, I'm a big fan of those cigars. I've only had a few of these in the past. I don't know how old these are, but I'm sure that Montefortuna sent me one with some relative age on it. As I just stated, this is a Cuban Puro. It comes in at 4 3/8 inches long. It has a 50 ring gauge, and it runs around $17, $18 US for a cigar. Very nice cigar. This has, it's got a little bumpiness to it. Has a brown paper bag color to it. Not very toothy, but definitely has some veins present. Nice triple cap on this as well. Has a little bit of a cinnamon and that paper bag smell to it. Not bad at all. Okay, so we'll go ahead and jump into it, cut it up, light it, smoke it, see what we think of it. Take a little bit off the top. Forgot my XO today, so we're having to use the Zycar Enzo. There we go. Been having trouble lately with these matches, man. Very good draw on this. I will always give a lot of credit to the Partagas Serie D. Very, very good construction, and as I've said numerous times, that this cigar doesn't need a whole lot of age to be very good. Partagas Serie D, I think, is one of my favorites. I need a little bit more. Definitely getting some nice tea on that. A little bit of brown sugar. A little black pepper is in there too. Thought the draw was gonna be fine. Looks like it's a little tight. All right. So y'all are gonna finally see me use the perfect draw on this thing. Open this up a little bit. I thought it was gonna be okay, but actually looks like it's gonna be a little tight. I know Uncle Lee will be proud. Man, tight draw, man. Not really too much going on. I'm gonna come back, see if I can get this draw to work out. See if I can get anything pulled. Some decent flavors at first, but this draw is hindering it. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to doctor it up a little bit. So y'all hang tight, stay tuned. We'll come back in just shortly. All right, man, I'm back prematurely. This is the flavors kind of started out decent, but then the draw is really bad, man. I perfect drawed this thing a couple times. It's burning wild all over the place. As you'll see on camera, man, this thing's starting to burn really crazy, man. It's frustrating to say the least. Trying to salvage this thing, man. I was very close to ending the review just because the burn was out of whack and this draw was just getting too tight. I've stuck at this thing probably 5 or 6 times. As weird as this sound is slowly starting to get better. So I'm intrigued. I'm gonna keep smoking this and see what happens. We're gonna see if this turns around. But the construction and the burn is definitely gonna be, some points are gonna be knocked off severely for this, severely. This is actually weird. I was smoking another cigar earlier today. Highly acclaimed company, a lot of buzz, a lot of rave right now. Pulled out one of their vintage cigars. Flavors were real nice and full and pronounced. About an inch into the cigar, starting to have draw issues when I'm trying to take pulls. It's just very tight, and then it gets loose, and I'm looking around. I looked in the ash, a big old hole in it. So I cut off a little bit of the cigar, trying to see if I could salvage it, and it burned okay for about another inch, and then it did the same thing. I ended up throwing the cigar out. It just was really frustrating. So that's just weird. 2 times in one day for me. Still having to draw way too hard. That tea is really nice in there though, man. It's there. Hoping once I get past this little bit of an issue in this burn, it'll pick up. Black pepper is kind of ramped up now. Probably go about a good 7. Other than that one area, it's not burning bad though. It's just, but as you guys know, I've said this 1,000 times, man. Even with, and I just was speaking very highly about the Serie D line, which I still feel like is a very good line, but that's kind of the issue you can have with Cubans sometimes, the quality control. You pick up a box of Cubans, might be a box of 20 or 25 in there, and 4 or 5 of them might be plugged or just bad or just tightly rolled or just burn issues. It's just the nature of the beast, but the flavors are really good. So that's why I say I'm gonna continue on this with this review unless it starts taking another turn for the worse. We're gonna see. I'm having to take double and triples to even try to get any kind of smoke production through. It's just, man, like I said, this is not gonna score well. Not gonna score well. All right, man. We'll get a little further on in the cigar. If it gets any better, I'll come back. If it's to the point where I have to pitch it, I'll let you guys know. I just don't know, man. So I'll keep on smoking through this thing and see if it gets any better. If it gets any worse, then we'll probably call it a review. But y'all hang tight, stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Been fighting this thing, but I think I finally got it to where it's smokable now. So starting to pick up a little bit of honey. The green tea is still there. Still picking up some black pepper. Milk chocolate is really faint. Burn is still not the greatest. Draw is still a little snug, but at least it's smokable. But man, I had to do a lot of work to get where it's at right now. The score is definitely gonna reflect it, unfortunately, but I just know if the construction would have been on point, burn line would have been on point, this would be another really enjoyable cigar. But the performance on this thing just hasn't been the greatest. So I'll see what we get now. Yeah, I'm still able to pick up the milk chocolate, the tea, a little bit of honey. But just from me doing so many touch-ups and trying to relight it and get this thing straight, you can just tell with so much fire being put to it, the bitterness is kind of start coming in too. And it's not really balancing well with the other flavors. So like I said, it's still smokable, but it's just not where it could be. But I'll keep on smoking through this thing, come back and give y'all some points. So y'all hang tight, stay tuned. All right, man, we're coming back pretty soon. I'm just having to do too many double and triple puffs, which is causing the cigar to get very hot. Smoke is getting very hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I'll give you guys some points on, see what we came up with for the points. For a flavor, I gave it a 14 out of 20. Probably could have easily been a few points higher, but just the burn issues and the construction has, I think, hindered it a little bit, but you still were able to pick up some notes, black pepper, some honey, some tea. Just milk chocolate was in there. You could get it, but just some of the bitterness kind of overtook it, especially in the back half of the cigar before it got really hot. So 14 out of 20, I feel like I'm being fair with it. I gave the draw a 12 out of 20. Just had to do way too much work to even get it to where it was smokable at right now. Gave the burn a 10 out of 20, absolutely terrible for the first half of the cigar. Just, if this wouldn't have been a review, this cigar would have been pitched a long time ago. Still feel like I'm being very fair to that too. So that burn will get a 10 out of 20. Complexity is a 15 out of 20. Still got some nice flavor notes, was able to pick up a lot of different flavors, but again, the burn and the construction hindered it a little bit. These points all could have been bumped up a point or two easily if the cigar would have been performing at an optimal level. And I gave the strength a 16 out of 20. Ended up right around a medium for me, but again, the experience has just been hindered, man. And if it wasn't for this review, this cigar would have just been pitched out the window, probably way before I even got to the halfway point. So that's gonna give this cigar an overall score of 67 out of 100, which I feel like that's very fair. It could have easily been closer to the 60, 61, 62 area. Just not really that enjoyable of a cigar, this particular one. I still would stand behind the Serie D line. The number 4, the number 6, I'm huge fans of both of those cigars. This cigar definitely performs better than this most of the time, but hey man, it is what it is, and as I've told you guys before, I have to score the cigar that I'm smoking at this moment. I can't go back to smoking, or I can't go back to thinking about the other cigars or the other Partagas Serie Ds that I've smoked before and judge it off of it. I have to score it off of this particular cigar. So it's unfortunate, but we do have some more Cubans in the lineup, and hopefully those will perform better. So y'all already know the name of the game is relaxation and enjoyment. Don't forget to be driven, never motivated. Don't catch y'all on this next one.